Good evening. It's Wednesday, December 15th, 2021, and we want to get you caught up on the biggest stories of the day so far.
And we begin tonight with a crime alert. A driver shot by an armed robber, and the shocking confrontation caught on surveillance cameras at a Shell gas station in Atlanta. Police are still searching for the shooter who put that driver in the hospital. Our Megan Packer has the latest.
So this goes way beyond slider crimes we've talked about at gas stations. In this case, a man was filling up his pump at this pump right here. A car pulls up right next to him. Someone jumps out of that car with a gun, holds it up to him, demanding he turns over his keys. It's Saturday night around 8:20. Kevin Cooper, who's here from Florida for a convention, is filling up his gas tank at the Shell on Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway at Joseph E. Lowry Boulevard in Northwest Atlanta, with no idea who was pulling up next to him.
You know, I'm not so silly as to pull up into a dark area and try to get gas in an unfamiliar area, but there were people there and it was a well-lit station. I just didn't think anything about it.
Speaking from his hospital bed at Grady, he recounted the terrifying experience that was caught on surveillance video.
And whoever was on the other side of the pump, somebody rushed out and put something against the back of my leg and was like, "Hey man, give me your car keys or I'll shoot your ass."
Cooper said no, and they went back and forth.
And I told him that I couldn't give him my car keys. I offered him a ride if he needed to go someplace, but I couldn't give him my car. And he stepped back 2 feet and put the muzzle of the gun into my back of my right knee and pulled the trigger.
Boom, boom. And then all you hear is, "Ah, help!" Renaya Roberts was working inside and ran out to try to help Cooper.
And I was trying to figure out what exactly to do. And I was like, you know what? I was like, do we have any cloth or anything? And then I ended up going to get a shirt. We ended up cutting up.
The suspect, who had his face covered, could not get into the victim's locked car, so got back into the passenger seat of the silver Dodge Charger that brought him there, and they took off with nothing. Cooper is left bleeding on the ground, processing what just happened. A woman runs up and calls 911.
I guess the best thing I can do right now, I'm trying to not be angry at the young man. I just hope that and pray that this doesn't happen to somebody else.
And Cooper's message to other drivers out there when you are filling up your tank is to be alert and aware, even if you think you're doing everything right and you have your doors locked and your keys with you. He's looking at 6 to 8 weeks until he can put weight on that injured leg. As for the suspect in this case, APD needs help identifying him. He had a rifle wrapped up in something. If you recognize anything about what you saw in that video, you can reach out to Crime Stoppers and stay anonymous. It's 404-577-TIPS. Live in Atlanta, Megan Packer, CBS 46 News.
Thanks, Megan. Breaking updates now at 6. A man is dead after being shot in southeast Atlanta. This is new video just in from Thaxton Drive. This is in the Lakewood neighborhood. Police on the scene tell us the 42-year-old victim was found suffering from a gunshot wound. He died on the way to the hospital. APD is working to try to determine exactly what led up to the shooting.
New tonight, an arrest made weeks after a deadly double stabbing at an Atlanta apartment. 21-year-old Stephen Hamilton is charged with murder. Police believe he stabbed a man and a woman to death at Camden Vantage. That's in the Sweet Auburn neighborhood. It all happened on November 22nd. Video shows the suspect wandering in the hall before being let into the apartment. He later runs out carrying a safe.
Was overwhelming physical evidence, items of probative value, items of evidentiary value that were collected from this scene, and that eventually led our investigators through some very diligent work to our suspect.
APD says the arrest is a testament to good old-fashioned police work. We're told investigators have put in more than 340 hours of work on this particular case. That's more than double the average amount of time spent on a homicide case.
New today, a memorial will soon pay tribute to the 30 African-American children who either disappeared or were murdered in Atlanta between 1979 and 1981. Today, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms joined the Atlanta's Children's Memorial Task Force to break ground on the memorial in front of City Hall. CBS 46's Tori Cooper was at the service today and explains how this will keep the victims' memories alive.
Yeah, right here in front of City Hall will now be a memorial for those lives that were lost. And Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, along with the task force, were very clear this is a place of remembrance so that they're never forgotten. Their names will now live in stone in the center of the city.
Curtis Walker, age 15.
Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms helping carve a new milestone for the 30 African-American Atlanta children who were snatched and murdered between July of 1979 and the spring of 1981. Wayne Williams is the man implicated as the prime suspect in the slayings. He was convicted in 2 of the deaths, was sentenced to life in prison in 1982, but he still claims he's innocent. The slaying shocked the city of Atlanta, ruining the lives of many Atlanta families.
This is something that's going to haunt us for the rest of our lives.
Ron Evans says his 13-year-old brother, Alfred Evans, was one of the 30 lives lost in 1979. His brother's body found in southwest Atlanta shortly after he disappeared. The Atlanta Children's Memorial Task Force is still waiting on lab evidence to see if new answers will emerge in the case that was reopened in an effort to bring closure to the families. The new memorial will feature a large sculpture with each name of one of the victims carved into it.
With this memorial, it will be a reminder to each of us that their lives will matter forevermore.
Hoping to provide a place to keep their memory alive for future generations.
I will be bringing my grandchildren and my children as well.
Now, as of right now, they tell us that they are hoping this project will be complete within 6 months. And as soon as we learn more, we'll make sure that we share it with you right here. Reporting in downtown Atlanta, I'm Tori Cooper, CBS 46 News.
All new at 5, the reward money for information on who set an innocent dog on fire continues to go up. DeKalb County Police say they're still searching for the suspect as the dog begins a long road to recovery. CBS 46's Mary Smith has the latest.
The reward for information on who did this to the Labradoodle is now at $10,000. The rescue caring for him says he remains in good spirits as police continue to search for the person who set him on fire out here earlier last week.
He was in a lot of pain, so he was pretty just down.
Tina Lee, founder of Dog Days Rescue in Kennesaw, says this Labradoodle will remain in the hospital for at least 4 more weeks after someone set him on fire. But he's already improving since he was found engulfed in flames on December 5th.
Just completely gut-wrenching. He came out of the emergency vet where they had him before he transferred to us, and we put him in my car, and it was absolutely heartbreaking.
A copy of the incident report says 2 people saw the dog running here on Lindsay Drive on fire. It then says the witnesses doused the canine with water, and he suffered from 2nd and 3rd degree burns.
Once the pain medication and everything started to kick in, his spirits came up. He's really a sweet dog. Maybe the painkiller's talking, but he's a pretty sweet dog. We've had a lot of tail wags, kisses.
Lee has been posting daily updates on Facebook, and she says the pup, now named Will, has been quite popular.
There's been probably at this point over 300 people, email, message, call, that are interested in adopting him. At this point, we are nowhere near looking at adopters.
And the reward for whoever set this Labradoodle on fire is now up to $10,000. $5,000 is through PETA, $2,000 through Crime Stoppers, and now an additional $3,000 through Dog Days Rescue.
We really want to make sure that whoever did this is held accountable.
In DeKalb County, Mary Smith, CBS 46 News.
Hoping little Will.
Kroger on Metropolitan Parkway in southwest Atlanta is back open again after closing last month. It comes after the store says there was major damage to the electrical system where thieves were stealing copper from the generator room. We spoke with one shopper who says she was counting down the days until the store reopened.
Oh my God, we were so hurt. We was just devastated, really. You know, I came up here several times and they say, well, they'll be open, but thank God they're open today, and I'm just glad to be back at Kroger.
She wants her Kroger open. Police are still searching for the burglars, but say they had trouble reviewing surveillance video because the power to the cameras had been cut.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.